So students, based on the reactions involving cleavage of carbon oxygen, that is COH bond, we are going to see reactions now. Okay, so the first reaction is reaction with hydrogen halides. Okay, so you know what do you mean by hydrogen halides? So what are hydrogen halides? Like HX, HCl, HBr, HI, HCl. So these are the hydrogen halides. So we are going to see reactions based on this only. Here, please be clear with this. The bond will get cleaved between carbon and oxygen only. Okay, so I'll give you reaction example. Before going to this reaction example, again I'll remind you the order of reactivity will be the order of reactivity, the tertiary alcohol will be more, then secondary alcohol, and then comes primary alcohol. Similarly, if you take hydrogen halide, the order of reactivity will be hydrogen iodide will be more, then comes hydrogen bromide, and then comes HCl. Okay, so this is what the order of reactivity of hydrogen halide. Okay, this if you take HCl is the, in this order, if you take HCl is the least reactive. Okay, HCl is the least reactive. So secondary alcohols, when HCl, if this HCl, if it is reacting with primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and all, what you have to do, you have to use anhydrous zinc chloride. Okay, because this HCl is least reactive. Okay, so you have to use some catalyst to increase that reactivity. Okay, so for that reason only, you have to use anhydrous zinc chloride. So this is one reason note question. Why you have to use zinc chloride? So if you are using HCl to that primary alcohol or secondary alcohol, you have to use anhydrous zinc chloride as a catalyst, because HCl is least reactive. Okay, I'll give you reaction example for that. First I will take primary alcohol, that is CH3, CH2, OH to this HCl. So here we are not using acid and all, here you are using HCl gas. What I told you, HCl is least reactive. When it reacts with primary alcohol, you have to use anhydrous zinc chloride, and you should heat it. Okay, so here what happens? H2, that is, the bond will get cleaved between carbon and oxygen only. Okay, and here H2O will come out. Okay, so the reaction is, the product is CH3, CH2, Cl plus H2O. This is what the product formed. Okay, students, see, I'll give you mechanism of this reaction also. See, actually what mechanism is involved in this reaction? This is, you had taken primary alcohol. Yes, sir. So if it is primary alcohol, definitely the mechanism will be SN2 mechanism. So I think you remember about this SN2 mechanism, which takes place in one step. So you know about that SN2 mechanism. So here you are using primary alcohol, so the mechanism is SN2 mechanism. Okay, similarly if you are using propane 2-ol, that is secondary alcohol, if you are using CH3, CH3, and here it is OH. So what is this one? This one is propane 2-ol. Okay, so to this you are using HCl gas. Okay, so this is secondary alcohol. So if you are using primary alcohol also, secondary alcohol also, what you have to use? You have to use anhydrous zinc chloride. Anhydrous zinc chloride as a catalyst. And not only that, this anhydrous zinc chloride is a dehydrating agent also. Okay, it will not act as a catalyst. not only as a catalyst, it will act as a it is a dehydrating agent also. Okay, so if you are using HCl, which is least reactive, if you are using it with the primary alcohol and secondary alcohol, you have to use anhydrous zinc chloride. So here what happens, water will come out and your product will be CH3 CH. So here also CH3, here it is Cl plus H2O. Okay, so the name of this one is 2-chloropropane. Okay, so this is what the product formed. Suppose if you are using tertiary alcohol with HCl. Okay, so what is the tertiary alcohol? CH3 C CH3 CH3 OH with HCl gas you are using. Okay, here you don't want to use anhydrous zinc chloride. Why you don't want to use anhydrous zinc chloride? Because tertiary alcohol is highly reactive comparing to secondary and primary alcohol. Already I gave you the order. Okay, so tertiary alcohol is highly reactive already. So you don't want to use anhydrous zinc chloride. So here also the same process happens. So H2O will come out and your product will be CH3. Here it will be Cl and H2O. Okay, for this tertiary alcohol, I'll give you mechanism. Okay, so here you are taking this alcohol CH3 CH3 OH. So here it will be two lone pair of electrons will be there, and here you are using HCl gas, and this is step 1. Okay, so step 1 means definitely you should know what type of mechanism will be there. SN1 mechanism. Okay, so this one is first step. So here what happens, this H plus and Cl minus. So this H plus will get attacked by means of this lone pair of electrons which is present in the oxygen. So the product formed will be CH3 CH3 to this O. Already one hydrogen is there, and this hydrogen will get come and attacked to this oxygen atom. And what will be the charge of oxygen atom? Positive charge, because it is giving one lone pair of electrons to this hydrogen. Okay, so what is the product formed here? This one is oxonium ion. Okay, so this is step 1. And in step 2 what happens? Step 2. Okay, step 2 again I am writing this oxonium ion CH3 CH3 OH H, and this one is positive. So again what happens? This oxygen, it will take the electrons towards itself, and this will get removed as water. After getting removed as water, what will be the charge of this carbon? It will become positive charge. So the product will be CH3 CH3. This will be positive charge and water will get removed. Okay, so to this positive charge what happens? That chlorine will come and attack. CH3 CH3. This is positive charge. So Cl minus will come and combine. So the product will be CH3 CH3 Cl. Okay, so you got the same product. Okay, that is 2-chloro methyl propane. Okay, so in this mechanism also you got 2-chloro methyl propane, and previous step itself water gets removed. Okay, so what type of mechanism this one? See, step 1, step 2 I had given. So definitely what type of mechanism is this one? This one is SN1 mechanism. Usually for tertiary and secondary alcohol, it will go with this SN1 mechanism, and for primary alcohol that will be SN2 mechanism. Okay, so this is what reaction with hydrogen halide. So next is reaction with phosphorus halides. So this reaction with phosphorus halides also is coming under the reactions involving cleavage between COH bond only. Okay. So here alcohol will react with phosphorus halide. The product formed will be haloalkane. Okay. So I'll give you reaction example for this. You can take any alcohol, CH3, CH2OH plus PCl5. So the product formed will be CH3, CH2Cl plus here POCl3. How much Cl is remaining? 3, 4 Cl, and 1 Cl will combine with this hydrogen, and it will form HCl. So this one chloroethane you know already. So this one phosphorus oxychloride. Okay. So similarly, if you are using PCl3 to the same CH3 CH2OH. So instead of phosphorus pentachloride, if you are using phosphorus trichloride, the product formed will be CH3 CH2Cl plus phosphoric acid. Okay, the product formed will be phosphoric acid. See, usually students will commit mistakes like if they are using PCl5 means they will be writing CH3 CH2Cl, the same they will be writing POCl3 and HCl. Like similarly, if they are using PCl3 also, they used to write POCl3 and HCl. So you should not write like that. PCl5 if you are using chloro, that is haloalkane, POCl3 and HCl you have to write. Okay, if you are using PCl5. If you are using PCl3, you write the byproduct as phosphoric acid. And here you are going to take 3 CH3 CH2OH. Okay, CH3 CH2OH, CH3 CH2OH plus PCl3. Okay, so here the product formed will be CH3 CH2. How many Cl? 3 Cl. Okay, so that only you are writing. So it's 3 CH3 CH2 Cl. And what else is remaining? H3 P. This H3 is there. Okay, so H3 you are writing, and 1 P is there, and O3 is there. Clear? So this is how you got phosphoric acid. But if you take this one CH3 CH2OH with PCl5 if you are taking, so one chlorine will combine with this CH3 CH2Cl. Okay, then PO this 3Cl3, and remaining one chlorine will be there, that will combine with hydrogen, and you will get HCl. Okay, so this is how it forms haloalkanes when alcohol reacts with phosphorus halides. So you can use PBr3 also. Okay, if you are using PBr3, the same product, 3 CH3 alcohol you are taking with PBr3, the product formed will be the same, like this one only, CH3 CH2 Br plus H3 PO3. Okay, and here you have to use phosphorus and bromine. Okay, so this is what the difference. But PBr3, if you are using PBr3 and PCl3, the byproduct should be phosphoric acid. If you are using PCl5, the product formed should be phosphorus oxychloride and HCl, students. Okay, and next one more last reaction is there, reaction with thionyl chloride. This reaction with thionyl chloride already you had learnt in haloalkane chapter itself. Thionyl chloride formula SOCl2. Okay, reaction with thionyl chloride. So here also you are taking alcohol, that is CH3CH2OH, alcohol with SOCl2 in the presence of pyridine. The product formed will be CH3CH2Cl plus SO2 plus HCl. Okay, see for this one in haloalkanes I told you. So this is the proper method, because this SO2 also will get removed as gas, HCl also will get evolved as gas, and the main product only you will get the pure haloalkane as the main product. Okay, so this is the very good method for the preparation of haloalkane. Okay, so these are the reactions coming under cleavage of bond between carbon and oxygen, that is carbon and oxygen, this oxygen which is present in OH. So these are the reactions involving cleavage of bond between carbon and oxygen.